G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Hello everyone and welcome to Casual Rage 138, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. And of course we are getting much closer to Ahsoka coming out. Who's excited? Who's excited? Oh my god, we are half a week away essentially from Ahsoka coming out, and I wasn't going to, like I mentioned last week, I wasn't going to do this stream, but I decided, stuff it. Let's just do a short one. I don't have a lot to talk about because I haven't been culminating some stuff, but we got a little bit that we can go through in regards to Ahsoka, in regards to some delusional fans out there, and a little bit of discussion in regards to the Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 and Bad Batch, maybe a little bit of Little Mermaid, and, the usual seal of the week. So I hope you're all doing really well. Let's see who we've got here. We've got, hang on a second. Why did that? Fuck. There we go. Sorry. Darth Spampton, how you doing? Good to see you. Nitrium's in the house. We've got Dan Blackroyd. Fuck. Bad Batch Season 3, hype has begun. I don't know about that, dude. We have watched parties planned for the best Star Wars since The Phantom Menace. Thanks, dude. Hella lit. 10 out of 10, yeah. It's Triss, but how you doing, Trish? Good to see you. Good old Mozza, hey? Roll your rhino. Oh, let's turn that down. Good to see you, Triss. How are you? We've also got the Fractured Filter, who, of course, comes by, drops his little chat, and then runs. Hail chat and Rhino. Roll your dog. Have an awesome stream. Catch you on the replay. Also, chat, you cunts. Smash the like button and share out the stream. Well, thank you, Fractured Filter. And of course, anybody that does come back and rewatch the stream, I appreciate you being here and watching, hearing what I have to say about everything that we're going to be talking about, mainly Star Wars, of course. And please do smash that like button. We got Melissa Lord in the chat. How you doing? Fock Norris, how are you, mate? Good to see you. We got Nuisance Bird here. We got Star Wars Marvel Purist. Man, these Rachel Zegler thumbnails are driving me crazy. Nobody wants to see this dumb broad anymore. No, you're right. What's up, Rhino? Apparently, Dave Filoni has made people like the prequels with TCW. Yeah, apparently. I used to, look, I'm going to admit, I used to be one of those people that sat there and go, look, the Clone Wars does sort of make it puts a better connection between the two, essentially the two movies. It gives it a bit more time. But over time, I have come to terms with the fact that it's actually more destructive than good. So yeah. Ultimate Rockman, how you doing? He says, hey, hello, Rhino and chat. Season 3, a lot of people don't even know that the Bad Batch is even a thing. Well, that's true. Did you see the news about the Singapore branch of Lucasfilm shutting down? I did see that. And despite that happening, they are continuing with some of these animations. So that doesn't surprise me, though, at all. Bone is in the chat. How you doing, Bone? OG Star Wars. We're going to be talking about her a little bit later. And her stalker, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Hello, everyone, she says. And yes, please do smash the like button, share it out. Let's see who else we got here. Arbaru, the great Arbaru. How you doing? Good to see you. Dr. Lee, evening. Pro Jack fan. How are you? Oh, it just jumped on me. Tillium's in the chat. How you doing? Let's see. Soul Assassin is here. I'm excited for Ahsoka. Yeah, right. Yeah. Red Hoodwink says, I'm more excited about the reviews and Grizzy's videos. I'm excited for Grizzy's videos too, to be honest with you. On Ahsoka more than the show itself. Yep, me too. Mike Hill, great member of the chat, of the channel, I should say. And guys, just so that you know, I am only one membership away from another emoji, but I don't know. I need some emoji ideas. And if you are a member, drop some emojis now. Let's see. We've got Christian here. How you doing, Christian? Sith Assassin trailer. How you doing? Good to see you. George Lucas is here. How you doing, George? How you doing? Gravy D's here. Yes, he is. He is. He likes my channel. He likes my channel because I defend his Star Wars. Fuck Disney, let's go, Brandon. Yes, that's right. Let's go, Brandon. God, that whole thing. That natural disaster. I don't know if we can... I don't really want to get into it. I'm not a politics channel, so let's not do that. Zakarat is in the chat. How you doing, Zakarat? Good to see you. And Arbaru becomes a member. Thank you. What level? Let's see. He became a tracking fob. Thank you, Arbaru. Now I've got to try and find, figure out what emoji I need to get in there. But thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Fucking hello. How you doing, Cellshade? Good to see you as well. All right. I think I'm all caught up with the chat. I said hello. You were the first one here. Oh, no, not. You were the first one here. How you doing? Just cause. Maybe in Ahsoka, we'll learn where the 80 million credits went from Andor. The time periods don't match up, unfortunately. But you never know. They might just spring it out of nowhere. Their continuity is that messed up. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So, what do we want to talk about first? I want to get through some of the small stuff first. So, let me just bring this up really quickly. So, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi was an absolute disaster when it came out. Of course, they hyped it up with the entire thing of the rematch of the century and bullshit like that. Basically, blatantly telling everybody that they're going to fuck continuity, they're going to fuck the structure of the story and the lore and everything behind it. Now, on top of obviously the rematches of the century, because there wasn't just one rematch, but on top of all of that stuff, there was, of course, a lot of the destruction of other elements, like Qui-Gon Jinn actually showing himself, like the fact that there are people out there that actually know that Vader is Anakin, like Reva, right? So there's a lot of continuity errors, massive amounts of continuity errors and destruction within the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And it made me think, like, surely they're not going to continue this. I mean, even the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi left Tatooine to go and save Leia, right? Despite the entire reason why Leia was taken. If you think about the what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. If you think about Reva's motivations for stealing Leia, right? And then the result of everything that happened, that's even worse, right? Like, why wasn't she tracking Bale's communications and his movements, being that she knew that he had an attachment or some connection with Obi-Wan? And that's the entire reason why she planned to have Leia stolen. Like, there's a lot of problems with this Obi-Wan Kenobi show. But of course, this is now new information that's come out about Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2. So Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 is not off the board. I would say off the cards, personally, because that's more the saying. But anyway, says director Deborah Chow. As Ewan McGregor and I finished our very last shot, he was already pitching me ideas for Season 2. There's another 10 years with plenty of stories. So there's, like, obviously the Obi-Wan Kenobi show takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. And there's obviously, it's not another 10 years, it's another 9 years. But, you know, round it up, another 10 years of stories to tell. This is the thing. Obi-Wan Kenobi's story should be very, very quiet, very, very isolated. Again, if you haven't read the Kenobi book, I really do think that and that only takes place a year after Revenge of the Sith. Or probably from, like, it actually starts right after Revenge of the Sith sort of thing, because he's actually arriving with the baby and taking the baby to the Lars homestead. But it does sort of, I think there is a little bit of a jump after that opening, you know, forward, the monologue in the book. However, it only goes up to a year, and Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon's a big part of Obi-Wan's training from pretty much a year out. And that's more told, though, from the Rise of Darth Vader novel. But the fact that they're even contemplating doing this, I mean, what story could they tell? Him and Reva? Like, maybe she'll get stabbed another 2 times and survive, possibly. So we'll be up to 4 for her. I don't know. I don't know where these other 10 years of stories and plenty of stories to be told actually are. Because it shouldn't, like, there shouldn't be any stories there. That's the thing that I mainly look at, is the fact that there shouldn't be. He should be just watching over Luke Skywalker and not interacting with Luke either. Giving him his fucking ship thing that he's playing with in A New Hope. You know, there are lots of problems with that show. Lots. And then there was also this too. So this is from the direct. Obi-Wan Kenobi director Deborah Chow says that she doesn't think that season 2 is off the board at Lucasfilm. It is a never say never situation. I don't want to even read the full quote because I don't care that much. This is one of those situations when it should be never. Don't do this. I think it was the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that made a lot more people then walk away. The thing that blows my mind with it all is, like, even with this Ahsoka show, right? Like, there were a lot of people that forgot or are forgetting what they've done. You know, one of those people is Alora Stalker, which we'll get to. But yeah, there's a lot of people that sort of keep coming back and giving them another chance and giving them another chance. Now, people could say that, Rhino, you're watching it. Yes, I am watching it, but I don't give it a chance. It's not like I'm watching it thinking to myself, oh, this is going to fix everything. This is going to have them turn the corner. And I just want to quickly say hello to Grizzy in the chat. How you doing there, Grizzy? I see you. Jangling keys. That's right. Oh, no, hang on. Sup, Rhino. I personally think it's more likely Kenobi show up in another series. Oh, sorry. Kenobi shows up in another series for a jangling keys moment. Well, that wouldn't surprise me either. But it certainly wouldn't surprise me if they did a season 2. Because, of course, they'd have Qui-Gon there, you know, as the Force Ghost, training Obi-Wan how to find peace so that he can become one with the Force. But they'll probably change something like that. And Chief Eddie, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello there. Yeah. I just don't think that the people at Lucasfilm think. And I think that's pretty evident. I think that's pretty evident based on what we've had, based on what we've seen. You know, I honestly hate where Star Wars is right now. I mean, I've been saying this for years, and I'll probably be saying it for years to come. I hate it. I hate it. The structure of Star Wars, the structure of the universe of Star Wars has been absolutely destroyed by Disney Lucasfilm, by Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau. They are all responsible. Every single one of them are responsible for not paying attention to what Star Wars truly is and what it should actually be. They don't pay attention to the stories that came before because the stories that came before are decanonized. They don't care about that. They don't. And especially Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is the one that's there. Sorry, excuse me. Dave Filoni is the one that's there that should know better. He should know better, but he doesn't. He doesn't. This is true. Star Wars still lives in those who keep the EU alive by talking about it and having channels for it. That's correct. That is correct. It's funny, you know, I took a step back from listening to some of the books, some of the EU books, and I started listening to the Harry Potter books. They're fucking really good, actually. But I'm going to get back into the EU again soon. Filoni lost credit a long time ago when he lied to George. He's done a lot of things that are disloyal to George. A lot. And it fucking annoys me. Because like I said, he should know better. He should. And you would think with the chance and the opportunity that George Lucas gave him, he would be a little bit more loyal to George. But no, he's loyal to Kennedy and her side of things. And now I'm not saying her side of things as in like Civil War or anything like that, because that's all garbage. But, you know, he's all on board with the fucking Kathleen Kennedy bullshit way of telling stories and telling Star Wars stories. So, yeah. I don't know about this Kenobi Season 2. Do it. Do it. At this point in time, they've already fucked everything. You may as well just do it. You may as well just do it. And hopefully then, some of the people out there that are still thinking that the retconning of the sequel trilogy is happening, or that you know, Dave Filoni is the savior of Star Wars, or whatever the case may be, hopefully they'll see it. And then they'll be like, nah, this is garbage. Finally. Blows my mind. It actually really does. It actually really does. So they've ramped up the advertising for Ahsoka massively. In the last week, they have dropped like, I don't know, 5 to 10 TV spots. Rosario Dawson coming out and in 30 seconds. We're going to watch some of these videos that I haven't done any videos on. But before we do, I am glad that there are still people out there that see things the same way that I sort of see things. Now, I'm a little bit more than just this, but obviously bounding into comics, Dave Filoni confirmed Sabine Wren will be Ahsoka Tano's apprentice in Star Wars Ahsoka. Now, yes, being an apprentice and being trained as like a Jedi or a Force user could be two different things. Could be. We've got to wait and see what happens. I am truly thinking that by the end of this series, they are going to make Sabine Force sensitive. Now, I could be wrong, but based on what I'm seeing and based on what I'm hearing, sorry, I've got a bit of fucking cat hair. Based on what I'm seeing and based on what I'm hearing, it certainly looks like we're heading that way. But it's not just those things that it looks like they are going to be retconning from the Rebels series. I've talked about this on multiple occasions. There's been the when Ahsoka says that Sabine's just as arrogant as ever. I think that's the wording she uses. I could be wrong. It could be something else, but it's similar, right? I've made this point that when in the Rebels series did Ahsoka and Sabine cross paths? When was it that Ahsoka is talking about when she says that she walked away from Sabine? No, that's not my recollection of what happened. My understanding of what happened was that every time that Ahsoka was to show up, she would be talking with Kanan and Ezra about Jedi business. And then they went off to go and find the temple or whatever. And obviously that's when Ahsoka got killed by Vader. And then a couple of seasons later, Ezra finds the world between worlds and saves Ahsoka's life. The only time in the Rebel series where I actually see Ahsoka and Sabine cross paths or have any form of interaction is right at the end. Is right at the end when Ahsoka shows up like her with her Gandalf stick. So to me, this Ahsoka series is just going to be one big retcon of the Rebels. It would not surprise me in the slightest. It's going to be one big, essentially, retcon of like the Thrawn trilogy, some of the EU stuff. They're plucking from the EU here, just like they do with everything else. But it's also like in regards to what this is doing for Disney Star Wars moving forward, I don't really see it retconning like the sequels or anything like that. This is going to try and help solidify the sequels. And the more and more we get at the moment, the more and more it seems that way, to be honest. You look at what they did in The Bad Batch. You look at what they did in Mando Season 3 with all the cloning stuff and everything that they're doing there. I mean, they're even dropping hints of like the First Order and there's a lot there that actually makes it connect to the sequels. So I don't see how people can think that it's going to be retconning anything. The only thing that it's going to be retconning is its own stuff, but to try and help their own stuff. This is what doesn't make sense to me. So I saw this, and I just thought I'd quickly talk about this. So Mandalorian, I can't train Grogu because he has attachments, blah, blah, blah. Ahsoka, train Sabine even though she has attachments. 2 billion IQ, Dave. Correct. But there could be the difference there, and I will say the difference is that Grogu is force sensitive and Sabine's not. So those attachments won't make Sabine turn to the dark side, I guess. There you go. So this is a Disney shill saying this. I don't know whether or not this is like he's stating it as a bad thing or he's stating it as a good thing. What do you think, chat? What do you guys think? I'd say bad. I think Star Wars is a mess. Okay, Greg, how you doing? Isn't it obvious, Rhino? Sabine and Ahsoka spent the original trilogy as scissor sisters. That's funny. I just quickly, we got a 10 over on Streamlabs from Arbaru saying, here's a 10 spot for your time. Thank you. Appreciate you, Arbaru. You're a legend. And became a member today. Let's see what Lethal Lightning has to say. G'day, Lethal. Ahsoka walked so Rey could run. Now our queen gets her own turn to have the spotlight. Thank you, Dave. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that.
They came bounding over.
Disney! You fucking cunt! You fucking cunt! So there's that. All right, and let's take a look. So these are the people that have directed each episode. This is the one that really gets me because Rick, I don't even know how to say the last name. help me out, Greg. Like, you might remember, which episodes did he direct in Mando? Was it Mando? I don't know. He's been involved in Mando or possibly Obi-Wan Kenobi or Book of Boba Fett or something. Dave Filoni's only got 2 episodes, episode 5 and episode 1. Steph Green has 2 episodes, 2 and 3. Peter Ramsey's got 1, episode 4. Jennifer and Greta. This means really nothing to me, to be honest with you. I don't know why they can't just get one director to just shoot the whole thing. Like, why do they need multiple directors? If there's one thing that I've noticed with Disney and them changing directors and stuff like this, is from one episode to the next episode, the tone can completely change. Could completely change. And then there's this. So we've only got time for the first 3 episodes. And I do find this kind of funny because they are one of the people that they are probably the one studio, that can't actually maintain a consistent time per episode. Hang on a second. It just jumped on me. Hold on. Episode 2 and 3 is the episode 2 and 3 is the broad that directed episodes of Book of Boba Fett. LOL. She did such a great job with that shit show. They gave her another show to fuck up. Yeah, okay. Interesting. This is the thing, though. They've got to make sure that they get the people that are on the right side of their history. They're the activists and shit like that. They're going to make sure that those are the ones that they get to make these shows or direct them. Make sure there's enough diversity behind the camera. Not get the right people, just the diversity quotas. So episode 1 is going to be 54 minutes long. Episode 2, 42 minutes long. Episode 3, 34 minutes long. Without the credits there. Three minutes of credits, 4 minutes of credits, 3 minutes of credits. Basically 4, actually. Jesus. Hey, Dr. Coffin-Nails, how you doing? And then that's all we know at this point in time. Episodes 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, we have no idea. But again, they can't keep a consistent time for each episode. Just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. So as of next Wednesday, there's obviously going to be episodes 1 and 2 coming out. And then hopefully next week for Casual Rage, we'll be starting about 2.5 maybe hours earlier than we usually do, so that I can make sure that Anna can make it before she has to go to do the Jack show. I've got to confirm that with her. So don't hold me to it just yet, but it looks like that will be happening. Hopefully it will be happening. And for the next 7 weeks, Anna and I will be breaking down each episode. There'll be a couple of weeks in between where we'll get a couple of other people possibly to jump in and say hello and give their thoughts on the Ahsoka series, their thoughts on that specific episode. Yeah, let me get rid of these now. checking something. Hold on. Sorry, I just want to make sure I've got these in the right order. Yep. Okay, as long as that one's last. Okay, so there are some pretty delusional people out there. There are some pretty delusional fans out there. Now, this one specific person that I'm about to show you a couple of clips of, and this is thanks to OG Star Wars. When the sequels happened, right, when we got Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, this person was a massive advocate for the EU, right? Saying how they went against what George Lucas wanted, George's mythology, and they should have just adapted the EU. It was a mistake to decanonize the EU. Now, this person I would like to say recently, but it hasn't been so recent. It's been over the last few years now, at least, been completely against the people, like she was essentially on their side, the people that now advocate for the EU, say that it's 10 times better and say that Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars and call it out for what it is, showing the garbage that it actually is. Now, this is where I want to say this is why and where Doomcock's rumors are not dangerous. I don't want to give him that much credit, but they're ridiculous to the point where he's got people sucked in to believing that the Civil War was real. That the reason why something like Obi-Wan Kenobi is good or The Mandalorian is good is because it's got nothing to do with Kathleen Kennedy. And this is what makes me hate even more so the rumor mill out there. Sparrow. Those fucking idiots. And there's a lot of them out there. And there's a lot of them out there that still watch and still they might take it with a grain of salt, but they still believe that there could be some validity to these rumors. And they then report on that. Like the WDW pros of the world. I'm still on the fence in regards to how I feel about Echo Base Network, to be honest. You know, fucking Cameron Pasha, Doomcock, all of these guys. And this is the result of them splitting the fan base into a whole nother section that believes everything. These people say, oh, you're not taking it with a grain of salt. You'll believe. No. These people are the ones that believe it as gospel. What Doomcock reports and his 20 million sources, right, that corroborate this one story, right, are now the ones that actually believe what he is saying. They're the ones that don't take it with a grain of salt. X-Wing's fine. It's, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Still on the fence with those Echo Base Network guys. They've got some pretty massive connections to WDW Pro and the Doomtards and the Doomtard. So let's go through some of these videos. Starting with this one. All right, Alora, I'm just going to say thank you for clipping these out. Let's have a listen to what she has to say here.
Okay, now a lot of people say, oh, Star Wars is dead. Shut up. It's a fucking franchise.
What, and franchises can't die? Franchises can't die. Okay, let me elaborate a little bit on the whole Star Wars is dead thing for a second. These people that say that Star Wars is dead, I don't think they think, because I don't think this, that they think that, geez, how many times can you say think in a sentence? That Star Wars is like completely burned to the ground. Real Star Wars, legitimate George Lucas Star Wars, EU Star Wars is dead, right? Well, it's not. We keep it alive because we keep listening to it, we keep talking about it, and it's real Star Wars, right? But when it comes to what Star Wars was to what Star Wars is now, Star Wars is dead. The ratings are massively down. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a disaster of a show. Book of Boba Fett was a disaster of a show. The Mandalorian, in my eyes, is a disaster of a show, but it wasn't until Mando Season 3 that people actually started to take their beer goggles off and go, they really still don't have a plan, do they? This is kind of shit. Star Wars is dead. Doesn't mean that there's not SEALs out there that are keeping it afloat, that are trying to keep it alive, that are trying to say, no, you're wrong, this is great. What we're getting is fantastic. But what Star Wars used to be, how Star Wars used to affect people and entice conversations out of people, get people's different opinions of what they thought certain moments or certain parts of certain shows or certain movies meant and how they worked. And nobody ever stood there and go, you're a fucking idiot for thinking that. Now that happens. Now that happens. When you've got somebody at work saying, oh, what's your favorite ship? And the person responds with Din Cobb. What kind of shit is that? These are the fans that Disney wants, right? The groomers, the activists. These are the ones that they want. And that is why Star Wars is dead. But to say that, shut up. Star Wars isn't dead. It's a franchise. So what? Are you telling me that a franchise can't die? Because it fucking can. The MCU, Marvel, is a franchise. What are they doing with it right now? They are killing it. Not killing it in a good way. They are destroying it. It is dying. The amount of people that were there for Endgame and Infinity War aren't there anymore. It is dying. Just because it's a franchise doesn't mean that it's not dying. And this is the other thing too. Is to some of those individuals that say Star Wars is dead, you know what they're actually implying? It is dead to them. They're allowed to have that feeling that Star Wars has been destroyed to the point where it is dead. They don't fucking care anymore. And that is becoming more and more evident every time we get a new show. You got the SEALs out there that say, this is the best Star Wars we've ever had. Mando's the best Star Wars we've ever had. Obi-Wan Kenobi is the best Star Wars we've ever had. Book of Boba Fett's the best Star Wars we've ever had. Andor, it's the best Star Wars we've ever had. Ahsoka, it's got to be the best Star Wars we ever had. Those people are mindless, brainless fucking idiots that can't actually see or don't actually dive into the important elements. It's just surface level Star Wars. That's all it is to them. But to those individuals that say that Star Wars is dead, Star Wars is dead, you fucking idiot. And no matter how much of a franchise it is dead to them. Star Wars is dead. You can quote me on that. Star Wars is dead. Because it's not Star Wars anymore. Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars. Never has been and never will be. So, on that based on that, Star Wars is dead. It's not real Star Wars. It is Star Wars in name only. Lethal Lightning for 5 says Disney Star Wars is doing fine. They filtered out the fan base down to the people who are happy with the direction. Correct. Star Wars is doing fine in with their fan base. That's exactly right. But what does it offend you, Stephanie? Does it actually offend you that people out there think and say that Star Wars is dead? I know at least 50% of my chat think that Star Wars is dead. Actually, you know what we're fucking going to do? We're going to do a little poll. We're going to do a little poll. Is Star Wars dead? Yes. No. Fuck. We are literally 8 seconds into 4 videos. Jesus. All right, let's continue.
Okay.
Say something. Say something. You've sat there for 5 seconds going, you look like you're taking a shit. You look like you're taking a shit.
Franchise. Okay.
Spit it out.
You put it on the shelf and come back in 10 years.
You put it on the shelf and come back in 10 years. Are they doing that? Are they shelving it in your asshole on the little shelf that's in there like they're putting an ecstasy pill on the shelf in your ass? Are they shelving it, are they? And coming back to it in 10 years? No, they're not. They are moving forward with their bullshit storytelling to make the sequels make sense. You are stupid, lady. You are so dumb. I wish I had that clip. You're dumb. So dumb.
Franchises don't die.
Yeah, they do. I'm sorry, but yes, they do.
Okay. That is just a hyperbolic, angry, emotional, very immature thing to say.
Oh, it's immature. It's immature. It's a very immature thing to say. I reckon if we went back in time before all the what's it called? The Civil War stuff and the John and Dave saving Star Wars and all the Doomcock fucking rumors that moved forward, if we just had the sequels, I'm sure I could find a clip of her saying that Star Wars is dead. I'm sure there's something out there.
Okay. Or I want to see Disney burn.
Yeah. I think most people right now want to see this grooming company, this retarded company, Disney Studios, the Walt Disney Company, burn to the ground. Not literally, figuratively, you retard. Maybe there's some people out there that want to see it literally. But most are just saying that they want to see this company fail. You know why they want to see the company fail? Because they've destroyed franchises like Star Wars, like the MCU moving forward, like Indiana Jones. And all the live action remakes are activist stories for modern audiences. Nobody cares and nobody wants to see these fucking things happen. And I think that's more evident the more we get into these strikes, right? The more we get into the writer's strike and the actor's strike and everything, nobody is on their side saying, come on, studios, you need to make a deal here. You need to get something going so that we can get our entertainment back. No, most people have gone, all right, good. I'm glad that you guys aren't working anymore. That gives these independents more of a chance to actually get their shit out there. No one cares. They want to see Disney burn to the ground. As a company.
Why would you want to see people that aren't like the wokesters there? Why would you want to see them lose their jobs?
There's plenty of jobs in the world. They can get another job. These people don't need to dress up as fucking Winnie the Pooh or fucking Snow White or anything like that and walk around a theme park. They can find another job.
Okay, because you're not going to hurt Iger. You're not going to hurt the CFO. You're going to hurt the guy that's making $100,000 a year.
Do you know what a CFO is?
Trying to pay for his house, feed his family. That's who you're going to hurt, okay? You're going to hurt the businesses surrounding Disney, in Orlando, the hotels, the restaurants, other places, okay?
They are doing it to themselves. They are doing it to themselves. They have created this situation with their bullshit entertainment, their bullshit activism. They have done this to themselves, you absolute moron. So don't blame the people that say that we want to see Disney burn to the ground. Don't blame the people that are saying that Star Wars is dead or MCU is dead or anything like that. You know who you should be blaming? Bob Iger, you fucking Disney shill. Kathleen Kennedy, you fucking Disney shill. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, you fucking Disney shill. They're the people to blame, not the little people that want good entertainment that are saying this is bullshit. I don't want this shit. I don't want my kids seeing this shit, so I hope it burns to the ground. Whose side are you on, Stephanie? Honestly, this is retarded. If she was in a car, she would make it on retards in cars every fucking week.
You know, and it's like, why would you want that?
I've already explained why you would want that. I've already explained why you would want that. And why most of the people in the chat would want that. So, the result of the poll with 42, we've got more fucking people voting on this question than we do Seal of the Week. Crazy. I'm ending the poll. I don't know how that works, but 90% say yes, Star Wars is dead. And 9%, it must be 10%, say no, it's not. Guess what, Stephanie? Those 10% that just said no, it's not, are allowed to have that opinion. Am I being an SJW by doing that? No, I didn't think so. You're the fucking SJW. Fucking supporting Bob Iger and fucking Disney. Let's take a look at the next fucking stupid thing that this bitch has to say.
It's not just cognitive dissonance. It's a business issue. Okay, it is. If blankety blank is removed from canon, if Kennedy goes, what do we do? What do we have to talk about? Because look.
So what, you want Kennedy to stay so that you can continue talking about what? What exactly? Why do you want Kennedy to stay so badly, Stephanie? So that YouTubers can continue talking about it? I want to talk about Star Wars positively. I want that so fucking bad. You have no fucking idea. She goes on to say that these EU people and stuff have no idea what they're talking about. We'll get to that, right? I want to talk positively about Star Wars so fucking bad. But guess what? The people that are making Star Wars have given me nothing positive to say about it. Why? Because I know the lore, I know the continuity, I know the canon, and what they're doing is shit. So you want Kathleen Kennedy to say so we've got something to talk about? Give me a fucking bucket. Honestly, you fucking shill. Whose side are you on? Back when the sequel trilogy happened, you wanted Kathleen Kennedy gone just as much as anybody else. But no, Doomcock, suck that Doomcock cock. Because he told you a rumor that you're taking without a grain of salt. And then you've got the audacity to come out and talk about these other channels out there and fucking spurg and stalk fucking OG Star Wars like apparently you say that she knows nothing. She knows more about Star Wars than you will ever fucking know. What a joke. What a fucking joke. You want Kathleen Kennedy to stay so the YouTubers have got something to talk about? Seriously. Fucking Kathleen Kennedy needs to go. Jon Favreau needs to go. Dave Filoni needs to go. We need a massive clean out of Lucasfilm. You're fucking kidding. Roar! Why does it make you so angry, Rhino? You guys can get fucked too. Sorry, give me a second. I need a cigarette. I fucking need a cigarette so badly. And I'm fucking hot. I need to take my jumper off. Oh, man. Fucking hell. Can this bitch be any stupider? Could she be any dumber? My God. My God. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I need to go get some actually. Fuck. Just to calm me down. Funny as. All right, let's continue with this dumb bitch.
A lot of these channels don't know anything about the franchises they're complaining about.
Really? Really? A lot of these channels have no idea about the franchises they're complaining about. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Why do you think these people are so passionate about making a channel? Why would they be so passionate about making a channel about something they don't care about? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? You know what I think? I think Doomcock doesn't give a fuck about Star Wars. That's why he can freely sit there and make up bullshit rumors and bullshit sources so that you, with your dumb, feeble, micro-sized brain, can register only his information. Look at her face there. That's a great freeze frame, isn't it?
Really don't. You know, you can say what you want about Star Wars theory, but at least he knows enough about the franchise to at least have a point of view.
So what? I don't have a point of view? My point of view doesn't count. My point of view doesn't count. OG Star Wars point of view doesn't count. Someone who OG Star Wars knows the lore better than I do. Star Wars series a fence-sitting fucking shill himself.
Okay. And
hang on, let me just get this. So, Riff, thanks for the member, dude. I appreciate you. He became a tracking fob as well. I don't think I missed... let me just check something here. No, we got it all. All right, good. All right, let's continue.
He knows enough about the lore, even though he mostly just talks about Jedi and Anakin and Luke.
It's so funny. She almost compliments Star Wars theory until she backhands him and says that all he talks about is Jedi, Anakin, and Luke.
At least he can talk about that. These other big channels can't. You know.
Why?
That's the thing. That's the whole thing. They can't.
Why?
And if you absolutely hate Kathleen Kennedy so much,
yeah,
and you weren't more than a casual fan to begin with, you don't really have anything to say.
Even a casual fan can see that, like, this is garbage. There are casual fans out there that can see that it's pretty bad. There are casual fans out there that can see that Indiana Jones is really bad. Can they not say that they want Kathleen Kennedy gone? What are you getting at? What are you getting at? Why are you defending Kathleen Kennedy so much? Stephanie, why? Why? Why do you want Kathleen Kennedy to keep her job so badly? Don't worry, guys. There's fucking more. Fucking way more. OG Star Wars has done a great job of documenting this absolute fucking retarded Disney shill. Let's take a listen to this one.
Look, the big YouTubers do not allow a difference of opinion.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit. That is bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You know how I know that that's bullshit? Because when I was copping it, now I'm not saying I'm a big channel, right? But the channels that she mentions in there, I've never seen this from them, right? I've seen them give their opinions and think that people that think the opposite are pretty, you know, brainless, a bit stupid, all of that sort of thing when it comes to like the lore side of things, the continuity side of things, and all of that jargon. However, from my perspective, right, when I was dumped on for my takes on Mando Season 1 and Mando Season 2 by people that I thought that were on my side of the aisle when it came to the fan base, I had to keep repeating myself, you can like what you like. The problem was that the evidence that I was providing for why I thought that these shows were shit, they had nothing to say against it other than, you're just a fucking idiot, Ryan. You're just fucking idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not a fan. They had nothing. They had nothing. And that's the truth. And I know that these other big channels that she's about to name pretty much do the same thing. If you like it, good for you. I think it's trash. And this is why I think it's trash. And then those people that like it then say, Oh, I got nothing. Well, my headcanon tells me that that's true.
Jeremy doesn't. Drunk doesn't. Nerd Radic doesn't. If you disagree with them on Kenobi, you're an SJW.
Show receipts, please. Receipts. I want evidence. You can't just go out there making claims like that and then stating that fucking these people that basically point you out as an SJW if you disagree with what they say about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi was shit. What, did you like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Stephanie? Did you think that it didn't do any damage to any previous Star Wars that we've seen? Oh, really? Did you like it? Are you that butthurt that other people out there, the bigger channels, the ones that get majority of the views, think that the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was shit and you think that it's good? Why do you think that it's good? Why? Why is it that you think that Kenobi is good? What could possibly make you think that Obi-Wan Kenobi was good? Oh, it must have something to do with the fact that Doomcock said that it wasn't Kathleen Kennedy that's doing it. But yet it was shit. You are a fucking weird lady.
Okay. And if you disagree with them on Boba Fett, you're an SJW.
Whoa! Did you like Book of Boba Fett? Why? What could possibly make you think that Book of Boba Fett was good? It must have something to do with the fact that Doomcock said that it's not the Kennedy faction that's doing it. It's the John Favreau and Dave Filoni faction that made it. So it must be good. Who's not taking the rumors with a grain of salt? Who?
And instead of saying, okay, we disagree, they turn into what they hate.
What? No. All they say is that, no, I disagree. They do. You're not watching their content. Why aren't you watching their content? Is it because that, now I'm speculating here, I'm not speaking for Gary over at Nerdrotic, right? But is it because that Gary Nerdrotic noticed that Doomcock is a fucking retard that makes up bullshit rumors for clicks, right? And decided not to work with him anymore? Is it because that Ryan Kennel showed him, right, in that little fucking spurg that he had on Friday Night Tights, that Doomcock is a fucking retard? So Gary went, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be affiliated with him anymore. Again, I'm speculating here, guys. I don't know Gary. I haven't spoken to Gary about this or anything. But what? Did that make you refuse to watch Gary's content? Because based on what you're saying, you haven't watched any of his content.
They turn into Raylos, but the opposite of Raylo. Okay. So you've got a vast majority. Look.
They turn into Raylos, but the opposite of Raylos. We got one more. We've got one more. And then we're done with this dumb bitch. Yes, he was right about Doomcock.
Back to Ahsoka. So what I think we're going to get is a taste of maybe a retcon of the sequel trilogy, if not outright erasure.
That's the funniest thing she's said. That's the funniest thing she's said out of all 4 clips. This is what makes me know that this bitch is literally watching it through the lens that Doomcock wants her to watch this through. Through the lens of, it's not Kathleen Kennedy's faction, it's John and Dave's faction. and John and Dave are true to the lore and the real Star Wars, which is bullshit. That's the funniest thing I think I've heard her say. Through this Ahsoka series, we're going to see a retcon of the sequel trilogy. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Everything that's come out since then, through the TV shows, through The Mandalorian, through the Bad Batch, through Obi-Wan, well, not really Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's just a complete fucking decanonization of fucking actual Star Wars and a retcon of actual Star Wars. Book of Boba Fett. Everything so far that we've had, seen, and heard, and everything is leading to the sequel trilogy. Honestly, I almost want to save this clip, right? And then when we finally, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years down the track, but when we finally get to the point, because she thinks that the Rey movie's not happening. Now, yeah, look, with the amount of announcements and fucking things that have come and gone through Lucasfilm, there's a chance. I'm not going to say that there's a chance that the Rey movie won't happen, right? But for them to parade her out on stage at Star Wars Celebration, they're fucking doing this movie with Rey. How are they going to retcon the sequel trilogy and then 15 years later have a Rey movie? Like, it's, oh my God. What a fucking loser. And again, this is her believing Doomcock's take it with a grain of salt rumors. Outright believing it.
Season, and we have to push other people to defy Canal, Geeks and Gamers, Drunk, OG Star Wars Girl, Nerdrotic, all these toxic people who hate everything.
Oh, they're toxic now. They're toxic now. These people are toxic. Because why? They don't like the garbage Star Wars that you like, and they show enough evidence to prove why it's actual garbage? This is the thing. When she's got no comeback for why it's bad and why these channels out there think that it's bad, right? What does it come to? Name calling. Who's the SJW now? Projection. 100%. 100%. Who's the SJW now?
Who can't be happy about anything. And that spread there. I mean, look, I don't talk about politics mostly on this channel because there's absolutely nothing
This is where it goes off
I
the
can
rails.
fucking do about it.
I don't understand.
Nothing you can do about it either. All right. We go vote and whatever happens, happens. All right. We can't, right. But we can do something to help make Ahsoka a success.
Why? Why would you possibly want to make Ahsoka a success? Can't we watch it and assess it once we actually see it and think whether or not it's going to be, think whether or not it's good or bad after we see it? Why do we need to push it to make it a success? Is it because it's Dave Filoni? Your savior? That's in 2 videos now, in 2 different things. She has called out Geeks and Gamers. Drunk 3PO. Drunk 3PO. Fuck me. Drunk 3PO. Not even close. Not even close. Why are you calling out Drunk 3PO? Is it because of his affiliation with Geeks and Gamers? With Jeremy? Jeremy's been one of the biggest people who defended Filoni. Excuse me, I sound like her. In the Filoniing, right, thing that happened with us. Ahsoka is going to fail because they are not going to be able to keep continuity at all. their own lore, their own canon, and their own continuity is being shattered by them, not by the fans.
I mean, you know, I look at, if you're a customer, which fans are, of a product.
Oh, but hang on, which fans are you talking about here, Stephanie? Are you talking about the OG fans? Because apparently their thoughts don't mean anything to you. They're just toxic, right?
Which Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
That's it. I think throughout that, I've said everything that I wanted to say about it. But again, who's the SJW here? The channels and the people that sit there and go, I think this was absolute garbage. It absolutely destroys canon. And this is why it absolutely destroys canon. Oh, you like it? Oh, sorry. Good for you. I feel sorry for you, but good for you. Right? Or is it the one that can't take the criticism of her beloved Doomcock rumors and her beloved Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni obsession, and then calls the people that say that these things are bad toxic? So we've got a couple of super chats here. So Mega Jetty, how you doing, dude? $2 says, Steph, I don't sell out. I bought in. Very good. Yes, she did. She bought into Doomcock's rumors. And Jay Nels, how you doing? For 5 says, she's the perfect representation of... she's the perfect representation of identity politics. 50 plus, single, with cats, LOL. Yep. You're 100% right. Thanks, guys, for those super chats. Appreciate that. It's brought into Cameron, that is a fact. Mega Jetty, you're welcome. I just like, and the funny thing is that she's not the only one out there. She's just the one that's jumped the fence. Because like I said, when the sequel trilogy first happened, she was all behind the EU. She was all behind people like Stig Kenobi and OG Star Wars and all of this kind of stuff. But then when the rumors started coming from fucking Sparrow and fucking Cameron Pasha and Doomcock, and she was the one that didn't take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a planet of crate. She's the one that took it, what they were saying as gospel. You know, what happened to Jon Favreau leaving? What happened to that? Can we hashtag Doomcock was wrong, Neil? What happened to Kathleen Kennedy leaving? Again. Can we hashtag Doomcock was wrong again? Oh, but you didn't take it with a grain of salt. No, you're the ones that aren't taking it with a grain of salt. You're the ones that are believing his rumors. And I'll make the point again. How many people, how many individuals, how many sources have to corroborate the story before it stops becoming rumor? Doomcock has never been right? 100%. Even the whole thing with the fucking sequel trilogy, the Rise of Skywalker. All he did was read a fucking Reddit thing and say that he had a source that confirmed that. So that made him right. You know, there are some leaks right now on Reddit for the Ahsoka series. Fucking Skirmitar, the great Skirmitar sent it to me. And I wonder if I did a video on those and said that I've got a source that has confirmed that these are true. If then, when they do end up being true, if they are true, I can say, hashtag Rhino was right. And then, if they're not true, I can sit there and say, well, I did tell you to take it with a grain of salt. I couldn't independently verify whether or not the rumor was true or whether or not the leaks were true. I had a source. He told me that it was true, and you know, I can only take that for what it is. You know, it's funny, after people like me and a few others were saying to somebody like Doomcock, you need to give these sources a code name. You need to identify them so that we, the audience, can actually go, okay, so this guy, let's say it's Sparrow, for example, this guy gave us this rumor, and he was wrong, and wrong, right? So now you're saying that he's given you another rumor, right? Well, his track record isn't actually all that good, so I'll take it with maybe a bigger grain of salt. It's funny that after people started saying that, they actually started giving their fucking sources code names. Or at least fucking Cameron did. Fucking WDW Pro announcing that doing a video on Kathleen Kennedy, and they've got a source, they've got sources. Fucking saying that Kathleen Kennedy is going to retire. And we're probably going to get an announcement as soon as October. Crazy thing is if we get, let's say, an announcement of Kathleen Kennedy going, hashtag who was right. I mean, that they reported that Kathleen Kennedy was going to be fired after the failure of Indiana Jones. Can we first put out the hashtags of WDW Pro was wrong before we put out the WDW Pro was right hashtag? They fooled you. Doomcock fooled her and fools a lot of other people as well. Because he's got his Doomtard army out there. And he is the softest little bitch. He is such a weak little piss little ant, right? Somebody fucking like Star Wars Theory makes a video essentially fucking copying his content, and he has a little bitch party. I'm gonna piss my pants. What a little fucking bitch. Little pussy ass little bitch. Can't take any criticism because he is the height of all that is true. Fucking Ryan has a go at him on Friday Night Tights. And who does he go after? Gary. He doesn't even target the person. He calls fucking Ryan a little lapdog, right? Or whatever he fucking said. He is a soft little bitch. Softest. Fucking get a sales job like me. Grow some thick skin. Learn to take rejection. And be called out for your bullshit. Why does he feel so necessary to defend himself so heavily when somebody comes out and does something like that? Why can't he just sit back and go, all right, you guys think what you think. I know what I know. No, he's He's got to have a fucking cry. Fucking little bitch. That's exactly right. Take it with a grain of salt. Allows Doomcock to always be right, even when he gets it wrong 99% of the time. Yep. Fuck, I yelled a headache into my head. That's no good. And how you doing, Egon? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Let's go off Star Wars for a little bit, and then we'll come back to it for the end. Because we're not going 3 hours today. Certainly not. Like I said, I wasn't going to do the stream originally. I decided to do it anyway. How can I not give you guys a stream? But yeah, I do have some shit that I do need to try and get done, and I need to try and get down to the barbershop, get this fucking neck beard fucking taken off. Yeah, I did. Knights of Melvin is great. He documents these things. He is one of the best channels out there at the moment, for sure. If you're not subscribed to Knights of Melvin, he needs more knights. Go and subscribe. But yes, I did see his video about Doomcock going after Star Wars Theory because you know why? Because Doomcock's a little fucking pussy-ass bitch. Little, tiny, little dick bitch. And Stephanie Janisek loves sucking that tiny little cock. She loves it. Loves it. All right, I don't know if I spoke about this last week. I may have, and I've just forgotten. But before the strike began, Hugh Jackman had a meeting with Kevin Feige about Avengers: Secret Wars. Jackman wants Wolverine to be to have a big role in the film. I have a feeling this sounds familiar, and we may have talked about it last week. I really don't want them to do it. Like I said, I think I've said this before, Logan was a great endpoint for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. If you're going to make Wolverine a big part of it, just recast. I don't know who you'd get, but don't bring back Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. And yeah, like the MCU is just as dead as Star Wars, or dying just as much as Star Wars is. You know, they're bringing him back for Deadpool 3. That's enough. Just have that cameo and that's it. If you're going to do it, if you have to do it. I don't want this to happen at all. I don't want this to happen at all. But I want the MCU to go away as well. I want the MCU to be done. The MCU died with Tony Stark. I thought he wanted to stop playing as Wolverine, though. Yeah, I don't know. This is the thing. We don't really know, do we? This could just be speculation. It could be trying to get people hyped for the MCU. Putting out a rumor like this or a little snippet like this, you know, when Avengers Secret Wars does actually like get made or something and we don't see Wolverine in there, some of the people might actually go, oh, they did announce that there was going to be a Wolverine and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Maybe I'll just go see if he's in there. Because I will say, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was one of the best parts of some of those X-Men movies. You know? All right. You're probably sick of hearing about it. You're probably sick of talking about it. You're probably sick of this whole thing. But Rachel Zegler just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Obviously, we just keep getting more and more clips of her saying some stupid shit. I've done a couple of videos. You can obviously check those out. We're just going to quickly touch on this, and then we'll move on.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very...
So just because a cartoon comes out in 1937 doesn't mean you've got the right to then change what the cartoon was or is about. It's the same thing with all the stuff that we talk about. Star Wars, Marvel, all of this stuff. Source material is source material. If you want to tell a different story, then make a different fucking show. Then make a different fucking movie. Don't slate it with the name Snow White and then not do the Snow White story. It's pretty damn simple. Especially when something like Snow White lasted since 1937. People loved it. You know, I remember watching it as a kid with my sisters and they loved it and everything. Stop changing shit. Modern audience isn't a fucking damn thing. Doesn't mean anything.
37, and very evidently so. There is a big focus on her love story. With a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Now, I do believe, again, like I do, obviously having a full-time job and all of that sort of thing, I don't get to see everything that happens out there, but apparently there's a lot of people that love Snow White, like love the story of Snow White and everything, that like Disney fans that are now even going after her and saying like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Have you ever watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? The prince doesn't stalk. No, that's not how the story goes. And this is her evidence for, you know, the fact that it's a 1937 cartoon. Okay.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
The tone and everything of when she mentions him, she completely changes. Great dude. Like, it's insufferable. It's so insufferable.
Will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. It's one of those things that I think everyone's gonna have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story.
You almost want a body language expert to like assess this interview. Like, what is she truly thinking there?
Which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along
she
the
hates
way
men.
is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Insufferable. Now, there was obviously this thing that went around, right? Now, obviously this, I believe, has been put out there to try and, you know, walk back some of the things that she said. But once again, the great Ryan Kettle has done his own research and found that this video and this, whatever this is actually from about a year ago. This is not in response. And I'm pushing, I watched Ryan's video on it, and I want this to be pushed out there as well. Because she's not apologizing. She's not walking back anything that she's said or any of these interviews that she's done in more recent times about Snow White. And this has no relevance to that. None whatsoever. Now, it's funny that in this video, she starts to play the victim, right? And I was going to put out a tweet, like a quote tweet on this. I'm glad I didn't in the end. But Anna also put out a good video. Okay, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, like, this has nothing to do with the criticism that she's getting from the Snow White stuff and her take on the Snow White stuff. But let's just take a listen to this anyway.
Video is going to get taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that because That's what my whole existence on the internet is. It's just me being taken out of context and stuff, which is fine. That's what I signed up for, isn't it? But I never wanted to
jump cut.
come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have when I say
Jump
that
cut.
this has been the biggest adjustment of my life. Like understanding the way my
Man, there are so many jump cuts in there as well.
life operates now, being who I am, and the things that I've been so
Jump cut.
fortunate to make. It comes
Cut.
with so much ground that I never thought I would be able to cover, and that people think I'm doing poorly, and other people think I'm doing gracefully, and I don't think I'm doing it at all. So when I tell you that it's hard, I just mean to be inside my brain.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not watching this anymore. I'm not. Fake crying. Fucking Hollywood people, man. Do my fucking head in. I can't watch that. I can't watch that and take it seriously. I just can't. Makes me fucking sick. Let me check this over here. Okay, we're all good. Okay, let's just do this really quickly, get this out the way. So somebody sort of mentioned this earlier, but Lucas Animated Limited is still furiously, busy working. Is that right? On The Bad Batch Season 3, despite the closure of Lucasfilm's Singapore studio. So, obviously, based on The Bad Batch and what we've gotten with The Bad Batch, with the first 2 seasons of it, they are clearly going to do a Season 3. I never thought that they weren't going to do a Season 3, just because one of their studios, and it's mainly their, it's, what is it? The ILM. So it's where they do a lot of the animation, has actually shut down, which is kind of funny when you think about it. Kind of funny. Because again, Stephanie, you mentioned about the fans wanting it to burn to the ground. Well, this is what we're talking about. I'm sorry, but all these people that were working in the Singapore ILM studio have lost their jobs. I think that's more due to the fact of that's more Disney's fault than it is the fans' fault at the end of the day. Because not only are they producing garbage, so nobody actually wants to watch it and they're not making any money out of it, but they're actually having to cut costs. So once again, that is the fault of the studio, not the fault of the fans. The fans aren't the ones that are making it. The fans are the ones that are choosing to either watch it or not watch it. And then if they do watch it and they see that it's trash, they're the ones that are choosing to walk away from it and saying that they want it to burn to the ground. So let it burn, I say. But yeah, I didn't think that they weren't going to, they're not going to stop doing this. And the Bad Batch Season 2 is one of those seasons, one of those bits of Star Wars that is going to essentially, looks like it's very much tying into the sequels with all the cloning stuff that they're doing. I think that there's a lot of continuity issues in and of itself with the Bad Batch, especially due to the fact that you've got now 2 female clones of Jango Fett. Not only Omega, but that other chick at the tail end of Season 2. Yeah. Good for them. They're the ones that have created this situation. They're the ones that have got to try and climb themselves out of it. And the only way to climb themselves out of it is to actually start putting out some good content. And that is not going to happen. Not going to happen. Because for them to put out good content now, for somebody like me to come back to actual Star Wars, not to say that I'm not watching these things, because I obviously am reviewing them, putting them out there for you guys to watch and whatever. And that's not the reason. I just need to watch them because I'm a fucking idiot. But now I can't remember the point I was going to make. Sorry. Oh, yeah. For somebody like me to come back to Star Wars, they would have to decanonize, not retcon, decanonize everything they've done. Everything. Absolutely everything. The sequel trilogy, Solo, Andor, Rogue One, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, Mando's seasons 1, 2, 3, Clone Wars season 7, actually, most likely, even the entire Clone Wars. Do it again. Rebels. The Resistance. Not that that show did any good or did any well or anything. Bad Batch. All of it. All of it needs to be decanonized. And people say out there, oh, they'll never do that because that means they'll be turning away the majority of these new fans that they've culminated. Well, they did it with the EU and they turned away the majority of actual Star Wars fans when they did it. They had the balls to do that. But they're not going to do it because they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. The High Republic. Who's even reading that? What 3 people in the world are actually reading that? The High Republic's got nothing in regards to the amount of readers that the EU actually had. Nothing. So that's the only way that you're going to get me back to Star Wars and actually thinking that Star Wars could be any good ever again. And that won't happen. Right now, they're not thinking about decanonizing the sequels. They're trying to work out how to make the sequels make sense through all the other shit that they're doing. The Bad Batch and The Mandalorian being the 2 most prevalent things so far that I've seen with connections. Probably Andor a little bit as well, to be honest. So, good luck to them. I will continue sitting here watching it and bagging it and shitting on it and telling you how bad this is and how much it's not Star Wars and all of that stuff. That is my job right now. And I will say, it's not to say that I haven't been fair. There was 2 episodes of The Bad Batch that I thought were actually good. Now, it is in Disney's canon, but they were actually able to tell a story. They were actually able to make you feel something. I'm going to say just quickly, shut up, Blake. You dog. He's going to get in the chat in a second and say, see, Disney shill. Rhino likes The Bad Batch. No, there were 2 episodes there that they actually did well. Yeah. The High Republic has Geode, The Rock, greatest character ever. You said it for me. I knew. I was waiting for it. Okay. 2 more things. Then we're going to do Seal of the Week. And then while you guys are putting in your votes for Seal of the Week, we're going to watch a couple of the clips that they've come out with that I haven't done videos on yet for the Ahsoka series. And then we'll close this bitch out. So, there was this. Are you happy with the reveal that it was Caloran Beck who saved Grogu from Order 66? If not, who should it have been? Well, no, I'm not happy, because now we have another Jedi survivor, and that entire siege on the Jedi Temple made it outside of the temple. Residents being killed, buildings being blown up, ships crashing into fucking buildings and probably killing other people. It was an isolated incident, and that's what gave Palpatine the ability to actually say that this is what happened and change everything that actually happened. So no, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that Grogu got out of the temple. Grogu should have died just alongside Reva. Right? If there even was a Grogu at the time that George Lucas made it. No, there wasn't. Grogu shouldn't even exist. Order 66 was a failure on multiple levels. Palpatine failed with the Purge. He killed a lot of Jedi, which lessened their strength, the Jedi's strength. Yes. There was some form of success to it based on the fact that he did rule for a short period of time. Correct. Ahsoka shouldn't exist. If we were being loyal to George Lucas, she wouldn't. But no, I fucking hate this. I think that this is fucking stupid. And to all the SEALs out there that SEAL clapped when Jar Jar Beck fucking saved Grogu, and then the ships are flying all through Coruscant, blowing shit up, you guys are fucking brainless. Fucking brainless. And I'm sorry if there's people in the chat that liked that. I got nothing. I'm not going to sit there and say that you're toxic, though. Like some SJWs out there would say. Yeah, so he survived Order 66 to go host a kids show. Well, who knows when he dies? Who knows? Who knows? It's fucking crazy, though. He certainly should not have survived Order 66. Grogu shouldn't have survived Order 66. Reva shouldn't have survived Order 66. Cal Kestis shouldn't have survived Order 66. Kanan Jarrus probably shouldn't have survived Order 66. A lot of Padawans out there. The Jedi died, but the Padawans lived. All the lightsabers that you see in the Kenobi show, in the path, the tunnel of the path, or whatever it's fucking called. How many lightsabers? Just on the surface there's at least 10. But there's crates full of lightsabers. Crates full of lightsabers. Hundreds. Tens of Jedis. Hundreds of Jedis, maybe. Don't know. Don't know. But I think that's stupid. I really do. And then I just wanted to share this with you guys because this is something that I've been noticing more and more and more as we've come out, as they've come out with more and more fucking stupid Disney Star Wars bullshit. Might be a nitpick, but I don't care because it's clear to me that the people making Star Wars, including Dave Filoni, still don't get it. Disney can't get anything right with Star Wars. I have a legitimate question. In Disney Star Wars, why is it that when lightsabers are locked together, they spark like they're welding something. Lightsabers never did this till Disney took it over. It looks ridiculous. So here you've got Obi-Wan and Vader on Mustafar, right? You could zoom in on that if you want. There's no sparks. It does glow, obviously, brighter where there's the connection. This is from the Ahsoka show, right? That's a lightsaber. She's not fighting the droid with the staff. She's fighting another lightsaber. It sparks like you wouldn't believe. This is from Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Sparks. And if you actually watch it, it sparks more than that. That was just the best freeze frame that I could get. Yoda and Dooku. No sparks. Sparks means action. Again, it might be a nitpick. You can say, oh, why are you nitpicking that? That's fine. It's fine. It's a nitpick, right? But it's still a legitimate nitpick. And just because something is a nitpick doesn't mean it's not a legitimate question, not a legitimate continuity issue, not a legitimate law-breaking issue. So again, I just think that it looks fucking stupid. Fucking sparks flying everywhere. Like fucking, like I said, like they're welding something. Oh, God, I wish this guy didn't share the same name as me. All right. Oh, no, we're not doing that just yet. We're coming over here. All right.
I'm all the Jedi.
Now, I certainly feel like we're going to have a lot of Disney seals once Ahsoka comes out. Yes, thank you for the emojis. Seal clapping. All right. So, this he, him himself has the same name as me, which fucking pisses me off. Nominee number 1. We sleep on Kenobi. The final, the finale, I don't understand that. We sleep on Kenobi. The finale has some of the all-time greatest Star Wars moments. McGregor's anguish at what Anakin has become. The way Vader smiles when he says, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did. Makes his turn in Return of the Jedi so much more special. Really? It makes it so much more special, does it? I don't think so. I'm sitting there curious on why Obi-Wan then left it up to Luke, not knowing whether or not Luke was actually going to be able to do it or not, when Obi-Wan had the chance again to actually kill him this time. But no, he just walks away and calls him Darth. So that's nominee number 1. Nominee number 2. Sorry, I was looking for pronouns. Hera looks incredible in this shot. Now people can finally stop complaining about her. I'm sorry. I'm going to complain. She looks nothing like Hera. Other than the green skin and the head tails. She actually looks nothing like Hera. Let me bring up another picture of Hera Syndulla. Images. The side by side, they look nothing alike. Nothing alike. She looks fat in comparison to the actual animated character. Anyway, that's nominee number 2. And nominee number 3... surprising, no pronouns. This duel in the Rise of Skywalker was so epic. Oh man, I gotta play it just because. There are your 3 nominees for Seal of the Week, guys. I'm going to put the poll in the chat. Okay, there you go, guys. So, nominee number 1, nominee number 2, and nominee number 3. Get rid of this. Get your votes in, and we'll come back to that shortly. Hey, we're doing good. We're just about to tick over 2 hours, which is perfect. I'm going to take some fucking Panadol now. I've got a fucking headache. Okay. So, obviously, Ahsoka. Back to that. So, as you can see here, you can see all the red lines of the things that I've actually watched. There's been a lot of... I've actually watched these in full. I don't know why they haven't shown the full line down the bottom. Obviously, the official trailer. It's got 8.2 million views. Fucking crazy, isn't it? But, of course, this is all ramped up in the last couple of weeks. They've got all these TV spots that have come out. I've done some reactions to them. You can find them on the channel. There's one here where Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka in 30 seconds, right? She's got 30 seconds to explain. We got this one here, A Hero's Journey. And then we've got Get Ready. So these 3 here we haven't watched and I haven't done any videos on. We'll watch them. This one's 1:10, this one's 1:28, and this one's 31 seconds. So let's watch these, shall we? Whoa, that was really loud.
Ahsoka Tano. Jedi?
No! First word out of her mouth, Jedi. She ain't no Jedi. This is another bit of a retcon that they're doing here, is that they're no longer, stating that she's not a Jedi anymore. She's a Jedi. She is.
Rebel. Warrior. But who is she exactly? We have 30 seconds to find out. Wow, big clock. Okay, and begin. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, a brave Jedi was forged in the battles of the Clone Wars. Her name, Ahsoka Tano. She started as a Padawan under Jedi Master Anakin Skywalker. Yes, the Chosen One, who eventually became Darth Vader. She was a spy for the fledgling rebellion and helped defeat the Empire. She has 2 lightsabers. Amazing. In our new series, she faces
No, she has 2 style lightsabers.
her past while helping to prevent the return of a fearsome enemy. Ahsoka enlists the help of her friend Sabine Wren, a fiercely independent Mandalorian warrior, and General Harrison Dula, one of the best.
I love how they use the Mandalorian theme there. Wow. They can't use that enough.
And a fiercely independent Mandalorian warrior. And General Harrison Dula, one of the best pilots in the galaxy and central member of the rebellion and her droid Chopper. Ahsoka and Sabine will have to team up with Hera to expose an intergalactic threat from Grand Admiral Thrawn. Woo! Not bad. Chopper, how did I do? Rude?
I got really nothing to say about that. Whatever. The one thing that she was wrong about is the fact that she's a Jedi. All right, let's watch the hero's journey. Oh, nostalgia! Nostalgia!
You felt it.
Nostalgia.
We all have. There's just a generational impact that Star Wars has had on my and so many families across the world.
A generational impact. Well, I think Disney Lucasfilm has tried to remove that generational keyword there, impact on these fans. Because the original fans are definitely telling their kids not to pay attention to the Disney crap.
When I think of how much I loved it as a kid, to actually have the Montrals on, the Leku, and the costume, it just feels magical. When I watched The Mandalorian with my mom, and I say, "May the Force be with you," she literally did like a slow turn towards me with tears in her eyes. I feel grateful to be a part of something so truly iconic. Getting to play Ahsoka has been an absolute dream come true. It's very personal, and it's my honor to be Ahsoka. Her bravery, her passion, her power.
Hang on a second. Did she do that same kick with her leg that fucking Rey does? Yeah, she kind of does. That embarrassing kick. Oh, what did I do? Did I actually move the speed? Oh, I did. Idiot.
Passion, her power. Ahsoka is truly one of a kind.
Oh. Yeah, she's a one of a kind that should be fucking dead. All right, the last one. Get ready.
War is coming.
When the stakes are this high, it takes a master.
Sparks! That's where I think it was that. Obviously, it was that because that's where I took the screenshot from. But look at all the sparks coming off.
It takes a
Sparks,
master
sparks, 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 sparks.
and an apprentice to defeat our enemy.
What makes
It
someone
takes a master and an apprentice to defeat our enemy. No, you're sounding like a Sith. Sounding like a Sith.
what makes someone ready?
You just know.
You just know.
Ahsoka 2-episode premiere stream.
Sparks!
Ahsoka.
Wow. So underwhelming. And watch the seals clap. Grizzy, if you're still in the chat, I can't wait for your fucking videos, man. Can't wait. All right. Let's see what we've got here for Seal of the Week. And then we'll close this out. Oh, I better share this screen, eh? All righty. Let me stop the poll, or end the poll, I should say. Whew. It was close. With 20 votes in. Okay, in last place, third place, was Hera looks incredible in this shot. Now people can finally stop complaining about her. Okay? With 5% of the vote, sorry, I should say. In second place, runner-up this week, with 40% of the vote, was this take here. This duel in The Rise of Skywalker was so epic. And the winner of this week's Seal of the Week is fucking Ryan with his he, him pronouns and his Ukrainian flag saying, "We sleep on Kenobi." I still don't understand that. Like, we sleep on Kenobi. The finale was some of the all-time greatest Star Wars moments. McGregor's anguish at what Anakin has become, the way Vader smiles when he says, "He didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did," makes his turn in Return of the Jedi so much more special. There you go. Well, congratulations, Ryan. You win this week's Seal of the Week.
I'm all the Jedi.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for the seal clap emojis. Yeah. Seal clap. That's right. That's it. We are done. We are done for another week of Casual Rage. Thank you all for being here. I had a great fucking rage, spurg, whatever you want to call it. It was a lot of fun. Tearing Stephanie Jernasek to pieces. And yeah, you guys are all awesome. So, obviously, just quickly, just going through some of the things that I've got coming up. Tomorrow night, we've got Back of the Ute over on the Full Aussie channel. If you're not subscribed to the Full Aussie channel, please go over and subscribe. If there's any mods here, if you're able to chuck a link in the chat, that would be appreciated. Thank you, guys. Thanks to the mods as well for all your help. Smash that like button on your way out. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, of course, please subscribe to the channel, my channel. So, yes, Back of the Ute tomorrow night. Or if you're in America, Saturday morning. We've also got, you'll obviously find me over on Flashcast this week, as usual at the moment, which is awesome. And if there are any Flashcast chat members that became a new subscriber and helped me get over that 4K, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, all your support moving forward with this. It's honestly quite humbling having this many people that like to listen to me rage and rant and rave and all of that stuff. You guys are awesome, so thank you. Then next week, of course, I'll see how I go in regards to putting out a video maybe early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Obviously, I was able to get a couple out this week, which was good. But of course, on Wednesday night, Wednesday morning, for some of you guys. Obviously, we've got Ahsoka dropping. So there's going to be episodes 1 and 2. I think I am going to do them as separate videos. Last time I did, I think I did 2 in one video, and I think people only got to like maybe midway through that first episode or something like that, and then sort of switched off. So probably do 2 separate videos for that. And then Casual Rage next week, hopefully. Like I said, I've got to touch base with Anna, and hopefully we'll be doing some reviews together when it comes to the Ahsoka series. So thank you all. I'm going to drop the link to the Jack Show. You can go over and give the Jack Show a bit of a raid. Let them know. Not that you probably weren't already heading over there, but let them know I sent you with a Rhino raid. All right, guys, you're awesome. Thank you all for being here. We will see you next week for Casual Rage 139, where we'll be breaking down Ahsoka, and yeah, should be a lot of fun. All right, guys, have a good day, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like Dustin Crop's kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing your deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very cautious.
You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?